Hello, Brooke. Hello, Patricia. So glad you guys are here. I thought about it this morning, Olivia. I should have worn red and you should have worn green.
Oh my gosh, we should have. I totally have.
Missed opportunity.
I know, it could have been Christmas colors.
I think you're right, Katie. I think we do need to theme all of our outfits for all of our webinars now.
We can do costumes too. It'd be great.
I would have put on a Santa hat, but I refuse to do anything Christmas related until December.
Yeah, that's why I'm using my cauldron mug, because it's
yes.
like
Halloween season.
I gotta honor Halloween first.
I mean, yesterday was the first day of fall officially.
That is true, it was.
Welcome to our attendees. Thank you for joining. I would love to know where you guys are joining us from. And just a personal question, have you started holiday shopping yet? I know I haven't, but I think, Olivia, you said you had already started, right?
I have, in fact. There's a couple of things that I'm worried about not getting to me on time. So I definitely started shopping a bit early this year.
I would love to know if you guys have started holiday shopping or not yet. You can just drop it in the chat. We've got somebody from Phoenix. She's got her gifts all planned out. Montana, not shopping yet, but building a house and new wood shop. Oh, that's so cool. It's always been my dream to build a house. I think it'd be super fun. We'll give it an extra couple of minutes here to let some more people join. If you're just joining us, we would love to hear in the chat where you're joining us from and if you've started holiday shopping yet. Montana, that's on my list. I want to see the mountains in Montana. I've become obsessed recently. Colorado, also a mountain place. Love it.
Definitely want to visit Colorado soon. I have still never been there. Makes me pretty sad, but I will make a trip soon.
Don't drive. Don't do what I did. Don't drive from Texas to Colorado. It is not worth it.
So
Fly.
we're closer, so we might drive.
Right. I wonder what the time difference is between those two.
Same. Oh, wow. 5 acres. That's amazing.
Oh my
gosh. Living my dream life is what that sounds like.
That does sound like really, I bet it's super overwhelming and it's probably super stressful living it, but like, I want to do it. I want the house in the hills and the mountains to be gorgeous.
Same.
Trisha, you are living our dream life, just so you know.
Land, that 5 acres sounds like a really good amount of land to do some like farming and I really want to have chickens. I think that's really like my whole life goal is to have chickens.
Everyone says that. I want goats. I don't know. I know they're smelly and I know that they're needy, but I don't know why. I just want goats.
Goats are pretty cute. Have you seen
a
baby goat?
So growing up, my neighbor was a veterinarian, like a farm veterinarian. And so he'd bring like sick animals home, baby animals. And we had lots of goat babies or kids, I guess is what they're called. So growing up, there was always baby goats in their backyard and we don't have a fence with them. So their goats would just wander into our yard. It was always really cute. All right. Welcome everybody. Alpacas, that's another one on the list. Ooh. Yes, Randy. Alpacas would be fun. Thank you everybody for joining and for being a part of our pre-webinar conversation of a dream life in the mountains with chickens and goats and alpacas. We're really excited to have you here today. My name's Kelsey. I'm the Director of Customer Success here at Justuno, and with me is Olivia, who is our Customer Success Manager. We both have a 3-year tenure here at Justuno, and we also have been a part of e-commerce, I think between the two of us, for about 15 years. So we're super excited to bring you our best practices for on-site this year for the holiday season. So I'll get us started off. If I'm on the right slide here. There we go. First part of your best practices for holidays is focus on list building now. You want to make sure that you have a promotion running that is collecting emails from now until your sale starts in November. An easy way to optimize this, and you really don't have to do much, but just add in, we'll email you when our holidays start. This grows your list with people who are expecting to shop on your site during your sale times. This also includes SMS. You want to make sure you're capitalizing on your ad spend early to maximize your lead capture and first-party data collection. The other thing is that if you're spending money on ads now before the prices skyrocket, you're going to be saving money. Make sure that your own channels are well organized and put together, because that's still going to be your highest converting and easy to engage channel. Closer to the holidays, quick tip. Closer to the holidays, use early access or VIP status as an incentive to opt in rather than a discount. We all know that list building is a huge part of e-commerce, so make sure that you're focusing on this now. So during your sale, you can focus on the conversions.
Awesome. I want to talk about some 2021 consumer trends to definitely keep your eyes on and what that means. 50% of people plan to shop on mobile devices this year. What that means, user experience is incredibly important. You want to make sure that you are going through that user experience of what it's like to check out on your mobile device and making sure clean, clear, and as easy as possible. 43% of people enjoy shopping on social platforms. So that means people like the Google Shop or being able to Facebook shop directly in that platform without having to leave. So if that's something you have not set up or thought about, definitely consider getting that set up. Along with that, Shopify and TikTok actually announced a integration together. So we're seeing that social media shopping space really expand. 53% plan to give gift cards this year. This is really important. The post Black Friday, Cyber Monday shipping deadline kind of late shopper situation. Gift cards are really great for that. Making sure your shop has that offering. 21% plan to spend more than they did last year. So hopefully we're going to see a bigger Black Friday and Cyber Monday than we have seen in years past. 56% plan to spend the same amount as they did last year. So we're probably going to see about same to more spending this year.
When we're looking at the Cyber Week trends, we wanted to get ahead of it. So we posted a survey this year. We had 330 people take part in that. And in this survey, we found that 20% of the people are expecting to shop on Thanksgiving, 53% on Black Friday, 24% on Small Business Saturday, 58% on Cyber Monday, and 10% on Giving Tuesday. These trends are pretty much in line with what we've usually experienced with Black Friday shopping, Cyber Week shopping, but we did find out some more stuff. So the big thing here is that if you're running a sale on Giving Tuesday, which is the Tuesday after Cyber Monday, the people who are shopping on that day are looking to be a part of something that's ethical or giving back to a foundation or some sort of extra giving. So their holiday shopping is important to them, that something is given back.
Black Friday, Cyber Monday, do's and don'ts. So we're going to start with the do's. Keep it simple. I consistently tell our clients when it comes to these really big shopping holidays, making sure your messaging, everything that's going on is nice and clear. Everything's got to be easy and simple to navigate through.
Clear shipping information. So make sure that whatever shipping deadlines or requirements that you have, that's clearly stated before they get to the shipping process in checkout. If there is a last day to ship before Christmas, which we're going to talk a lot about that this year, but also depending on their location, if it's going to be longer or cost more or anything like that. We've all experienced the strain of the shipping world in the last year or so. So make sure whatever information you have, your clients know it too.
Product recommendations, super important. They're really helpful in this time of the year. You can utilize these in a multitude of ways. One of the ways, having a shopping guide for people. You can use, getting more items in front of people to help make that shopping experience easy, but also increase that average order value in your conversions.
We actually had some data as well. Product recommendations had a 37.5% conversion rate last year. So these are obviously very successful. Site-wide banners, again, something else we're going to talk about a lot this year. Site-wide banners are super helpful. They are low impact on your site, and they do provide needed information. So if you're running a sale with a coupon code, if there is any sort of time restraint on your deals or whatever you're running on site, make sure that you're clearly stating that in a site-wide banner that follows them from page to page.
Countdown timers. These are so important during this time of the year. They're really helpful to tell your customers coming onto site not only how long your sale is running, but giving that really, really good sense of urgency. We have some really good data about this, that timers convert at a 26% for engaged conversions, and an average order value we're seeing around $163.13. So really good numbers when people use those countdown timers at this time of the year.
Non-center promotions. Justuno and most of our competitors offer more options rather than just a center pop-up. During the holiday season, the goal is to get them from start to finish as smoothly as possible. So not having a center promotion that inhibits that journey is really powerful. Corners, banners, anything like that are very powerful during this time of the year.
Auto apply coupons. Super helpful as well if you're going to run a site-wide offer that's a discount, but it's by a coupon code. Being able to auto apply that to the cart to ensure everybody's taking advantage of that offer. And these tend to do very well and are super helpful towards the user.
I forgot to add to at the beginning of our webinar, and I know a couple people have joined. We have Katie in the chat who's from our team who can help answer any questions. Also, I am monitoring the chat. And also, if you have a specific question, you can drop it in the Q&A section and we'll be reviewing that at the end of the webinar. Just wanted to put that out there. Exit offers and cart abandoners. Most people focus on the welcome offers and banners during the holiday season, but exit offers and cart abandoners are just as valuable. Make sure you're reminding people in these promotions that your sale is in effect, how long it'll be in effect till, and if there's any kind of restraints on the actual deal. So make sure that you're using these and you're keeping the traffic on your site.
Targeting strategies. So next section is we're going to get into some of the different pieces that come together for targeting strategies for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Off-site marketing is really important. So your Google ads, your social media accounts, your influencer campaigns. It's really great if you can target based on UTMs to show similar messaging or an offer on site. So we have a really great example here that shows when Shinesty had this advertisement for an ugly Christmas suit, right? And you clicked through to this advertisement, you got to the site and there was an offer and it used that same language, ugly Christmas suit. Take 10% off your ugly Christmas suit today. And we find out that things like this do really, really well. 27% of surveyed customers want to hear from brands via social media. So, maximizing that and working together with your using audience sync to make sure anybody you're capturing in an email this time of the year, you can then target them with Black Friday, Cyber Monday ads via social media with audience sync. It's a really powerful way to utilize that tool.
For sure. Also on offsite marketing, maximize your ROAS with audience sync and retargeting personalization, which is what Olivia just brought up. So Moving on to more targeting strategies, your subscribed visitors. This is always going to be the highest value of ROI for you. They're people who know what your brand is, know what you sell, and maybe are just waiting for that perfect sale to come along. This includes your email, SMS, and any new holiday specific subscribers. Recommend products to them based on email content and previous interests. When we did that survey, we found that 54% of people who like to hear from brands like to hear them from via email. In comparison, 8% like to hear them from text messages. Now, we know phone numbers are a big thing right now. They're getting very popular, and it's still a very valid thing to collect. And the reason being is people who sign up for text message are actually more engaged and more likely to convert than those from email. So make sure that you're looking at what your conversion rate is from these different subscribed channels and acting accordingly based on that.
So showing new holiday subscribers where to go for sales immediately on click-through, super helpful, right? Just continuing that strategy of like sending that email for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, when you're like, our sale is open, come to our site, and they click through onto the site, you can show them, you know, that immediately take them to that page or show them a pop-up to take them to that sale on click-through. Really, really helpful to make that journey seamless and as easy as possible for those sale days.
And Katie just put in the chat that we'd love to hear from you guys, what everyone's top social media platform you advertise on. Super interesting to us. We'd love to hear more. We also got a question from Amber. What are your recommendations for retargeting given Apple's iOS privacy changes? It's hard. It all depends on each browser's ability and what they allow and don't allow. For Apple specifically, the best thing you can do is set it up and allow to what works go through. Beyond that, the other thing that you can struggle with is Instagram, because Instagram is owned by Facebook and everybody else. And it's very particular, especially because Instagram opens up in its own app for the internet. Remember that what do we call them? Bio links. In your bio links, you are able to target with Justuno. If it's coming from an ad where it's like swipe up to shop or an influencer's post, this is going to be a little bit more difficult. What we suggest always from the beginning is test. If you have an ad running and you have the ability to test it on Apple's updated privacy policy, make sure that you're testing it as it goes through and you're dealing with it to work. If you're using Justuno at this time of the year, we have a great support staff that works really well with these kinds of issues. And we have chat and tickets available. So test it and reach out if you're not completely understanding. All right. Next, we're talking about on-site segmentation. You want to look at your new visitors, your returning purchasers, and VIP and early access. Create pop-ups to target different points in the buyer journey. This is super important, especially if you have a lot of competitors in your space. Being able to say to a new visitor who's never been there before, this is our deal, this is what we're offering, this is how you take advantage. If that person comes back, being able to say something different, like welcome back, we're glad you're here, or something along the lines of, you know, our sale is increased or our sale ends in, allows you to take a step out front of your competitors.
So Commerce AI, I know we've kind of touched upon different uses for this throughout the holidays already, but another one is using intelligent product recommendations to direct traffic, right? So if you see somebody on site, like this is super helpful to get somebody to dive into the shopping experience, right? So you have a new visitor coming to the site, show them the best sellers on the homepage, right? It doesn't have to be a pop-up. It can be something in page as well, an in-page carousel for people to start jumping in and seeing these products. Returning visitors, we can use our smart recommendations to show previously viewed items. So stuff they've previously browsed before. Returning customers, showing related items to the previous purchases. And then as well, like for VIPs, you can show them early access to sales or new product drops. So there's a lot of opportunities there. So intelligent product recommendations have had 37.5% conversion rate last holiday season. They were powerful last year, and they're going to be even more powerful, I think, this year.
Now we've got the don'ts of Black Friday, Cyber Monday. First off, A/B testing. The people who are on your site during the holiday season are not your normal customers. Think about who you shop for the holiday season, and if their taste lines up with your taste, and it kind of starts to make sense. So make sure that if you're A/B testing, you end it or pause it before your sale begins and restart it in the month of December, or even better, in January.
Lead capture. I know that some people say, you know, why aren't we capturing this traffic? Same situation just Kelsey just spoke about, right? This is not your normal traffic. And this time of the year, the goal is to focus on conversions. And I'm talking specifically Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Cyber Week during the Cyber 5, right? You should not be have a welcome lead capture. It's going to distract people from the goal. And the goal is to get them quickly into the sales and through the conversion funnel. And then when they make a purchase, you have an opportunity to make the lead capture.
Gamification is the same thing. We actually see a decrease in gamification engagement over the Black Friday week. So turn that off, pause it, turn it back on, and once you hit December, it's going to work better for you that way than distracting your visitor from shopping and converting on that first visit.
Multi-step promotions, right? Anything that has multiple pages, forms, anything like that. Website messaging may double the revenue that pop-ups with forms made in 2020. So that is a really clear indicator that people don't really want to be distracted by things that time of the year, and during that shopping there's a lot of urgency. And so, cool, I got my information, I see what it is in a welcome pop-up, but it's not requiring me to give my email address to unlock my offer or anything like that.
Surprise shipping information. I talked about this earlier. Make sure you're clear on what the expectations are. If you're running a countdown to the last day to ship to get it before Christmas or Hanukkah or any of the December holidays, make sure that you're clarifying what kind of shipping that is. If they can order on December 20th, but it has to be expedited shipping, make sure in your banner that clearly is stated. We've seen really great banners done in the past where someone will put, for general shipping, it's the 12th, for expedited shipping, it's the 19th, and they go on. And as the days go, they just delete that layer and republish the promotion. This is super helpful to your customers. And we actually see a lot of brand loyalty come from those kinds of banners. The clearer and more honest you can be with your customers, the better retention you'll have.
Do not ignore your mobile traffic at this time of the year. So we already talked in the beginning that 50% of people, so 50% of the shopping this year is going to be done on mobile. I think it's going to turn out to actually probably be more than that. It's really, really where things are heading. So making sure that traffic is acknowledged, it's optimized, the flow is good for them, making sure I have a client specifically who uses Justuno to produce a mobile-friendly banner that basically is their easy shop icons, and it makes the experience a lot easier on mobile for them. So small things like that, if you can find holes in your shop flow, then you should find ways to fill them.
There's something else to consider here when we're talking about mobile traffic. There's a whole new generation that's getting used to shopping on their mobile phones. I always use my mother as an example. She's right there, almost 60. She's never shopped on her phone before, never been really on her phone very much other than for phone calls and text messages. And in the last year, because of the changes with COVID and everything that 2020 brought, she has now started to shop all the time on her phone. So there's a whole new section of people who are coming in and shopping on mobile devices. And we have to consider that they've had 2 years, a year and a half to really get into this. The other thing I strongly suggest, just run through your mobile site. Check the checkout process, go through, add items to cart, follow links, make sure it all makes sense and that it's all lining up properly. Incentive options. This is a question we get every year, multiple times. What can I offer? How can I be competitive? We're going to go over the top 6 that we see used most frequently, starting with free shipping. By far, one of the most popular incentives we see is offering free shipping with any product. And I'm sure we've all fallen to this where, you know, it's spend $60 and get free shipping. You've got 55 in your cart. You're like, I'll just add something to get that free shipping. Even though $10 item is probably half of what, you know, or double what I would have spent on shipping. Doesn't matter. Still super, super, super successful. Dollar and percentages off. These are super popular as well. This is what we see most traditionally. Remember that you need to set this percentage or dollar amount off to make sense for your ROI, and keep an eye on what your competitors have done in the past or what they're doing this year and make it comparable to theirs. Exclusive holiday products. We're going to talk more about this a little later on, but it's something that we're seeing a lot of. If you sell home goods or any kind of fashion that's season related, this can be really powerful for you. So consider pushing forward your holiday products. And remember, if you're in the furniture or decor business, this is what needs to be started sooner rather than later, because people who are hosting events or parties or what have you for the holidays, they're going to want their stuff sooner rather than later. Tiered discounts. This works really well if you have a large inventory with a variety is the word I'm trying to say, of prices. So if you run from $10 to $100, tier your offers. So your low buying customers also get a discount. And as they increase their cart value, they would get more off. Charitable donations. We aren't really used to seeing this very often, but it is something that's coming up a lot more. We find that people who are interested in charitable donations, the percentage is small, but it's really, really, really important to that small group of people. So know your visitors, know what they're looking for, and possibly consider this. And finally, free gift with purchase. We talked about this a lot last year, and we've seen the trend increase as we've moved into 2021. It's actually become a lot more popular since then. So instead of offering a percentage off or a discount or what have you, give a free gift with purchase. As silly as it seems, we see this most successful when you give away branded items from your company swag, pretty much. Hats, t-shirts, lanyards are really popular for some reason. So consider doing this if you have high inventory but a low ROI. Make sure that you're considering this option.
Awesome. So we're going to break down a couple of the different strategies and how those would, like, the campaign overall on site would look like, and what you can do. So with Justuno especially, so Black Friday, Cyber Monday, free shipping. So if you decide to do a free shipping offer, this is kind of like how we would break it down. First, delivering a welcome offer, right? Reveal your free shipping to the visitors upon their arrival so they know immediately, and they know any details that requires to unlock it. May that be, it has to be on orders over $150, or specific large items aren't included in this. Make sure any additional kind of fine print is included and isn't a surprise, and it isn't surprise shipping info, essentially, like Kelsey had talked about previously. Doing a threshold banner, right? So showing your visitors, like if it's like, let's say we're doing free shipping on orders over $50, you would then show your visitors what they have left to add to the cart until they meet their requirements to get that free shipping. And then once they've hit that $50 level in their cart, they then get a congratulations, you've unlocked free shipping, right? So they have a flow and a journey, and they've achieved something. So these tend to do really, really well. Consider your product and audience when you're choosing your incentive, right? It's really important if you have a audience that this wouldn't work on, or that would be, looking more towards for a discount or something like that. Things that you've tested during the year and found out about your audience, this is now the time to really apply them.
Percentage or dollar off. This is a very traditional way of looking at Black Friday and Cyber Monday. What we usually suggest is a welcome offer. Let them know the information of the sale. Most of these strategies we're going to talk about start with a welcome offer. A banner that follows them around that gives them the coupon code if they need it, or any kind of information on when the sale ends, or any restrictions, as Olivia said. And then the final part of the strategy would be an exit offer that just, again, as they're attempting to leave, maybe to go look at a competitor, you're reminding them of what your deal is, keeping them informed, so that way they can move forward and possibly come back and purchase again later. As a reminder, and I think I've said this twice now, but I'm going to say it again. Promotions should assist visitors through their journey, so be sure to keep your messages clear and short. We also saw in 2020, customers who used auto apply coupons earned 5.5 more million dollars than those who did not. So if you have the ability to do an automatic applied coupon code through your platform, do it. If you have more restrictions and it's based on different products or categories, that's when coupon codes become more prevalent to you.
Free gift strategy. So the flow of this would look like welcome offer. And to clarify welcome offer, we're not saying a lead capture welcome offer, right? We're saying a simple messaging promotion. And in this time of what the data is saying, maybe doing something like a side or a corner promotion. Gives them all the details of this free gift, right? What does it take to earn this free gift? Can they just claim the free gift and pay shipping? Or do they have to have a cart value of a certain amount? Following on, reminding that visitors, after they've closed out of that initial promotion, with a banner of any thresholds that they have to achieve or what it takes, right? And then once they've achieved that, if they've got that threshold amount in their cart, or it's just a matter of adding one item to carts with any sale, making sure you can show them a pop-up that allows them to add that item to cart. I have quite a few clients that do this not in Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but once this person meets this requirement, they get a pop-up and they're able to add that free item into the cart, and it's just based upon having other items in the cart. So they have the conditions set on the retailer's end, whether it's Shopify, BigCommerce, or whatever, and then they get that, and it's a great experience for the users to be able to just throw that into the cart, and it's a really good incentive to push somebody to that conversion, right? Oh, I should buy this. I have this, option to get this free thing, and people love free stuff. It's true, right? Make incentives on whatever you're doing easy to apply on CTA click, and just automatically add it to cart, just like those auto apply coupon codes. Make things simple, make things easy.
We had a question from the chat that asked, so are you saying we should replace our traditional email capture welcome offer with a free shipping or special sale message instead with no opt-in?
Yeah.
Yes.
What we are saying,
go ahead, Olivia. Sorry, go ahead.
What we're saying during Black Friday and Cyber Monday specifically, right? So what we would do is you do a hype up to Black Friday, Cyber Monday up until the day before. And then the time that your sale launches, that's when you would change that over, turn off the lead capture, and your messaging would then be focused on whatever your sale or your offer is, right? So we're saying if you decide to do a free gift for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you would have that, that information in your welcome promotion. If it's free shipping is your big Cyber Monday, Black Friday offer, that's what you're going to display in the promotion. And you're not focusing on that email capture because we're focusing on the conversions at this time.
And these are just for your major sale days, not for the entirety. So if you have a sale on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, run your lead capture through Thanksgiving, start it again Saturday morning, run it through Sunday, turn it off, run your Cyber Monday sale, turn it back on first thing Tuesday at 12 a.m. Awesome. Glad we could answer and clarify for you. Tiered offers. When you're building out this strategy, it's pretty simple. You want to welcome offer, usually include a tab so someone can open it at any time in their journey to review what the offers are. So you have offer A, B, and C based on cart value. They can reopen that at any time. Every time they hit a threshold, make sure you show them what they've unlocked and what they need to do to access that, whether it's auto applied or a coupon code. And then you will usually, what I suggest is, as Olivia said earlier, show them how much they have left to spend to hit that next tier. This really helps increase AOV during the holiday season.
Curbside pickup. So this is kind of a hybrid strategy of somebody, if you guys have like a brick and mortar or a fulfillment center where people are able to pick up orders from, right? So this is using a combination of your online strategy and your in kind of person strategy, especially because of the last mile fulfillment is a big struggle, right? It's very expensive for brands, and having people come and pick up their own orders is going to be a lot cheaper, a lot easier. You're going to nudge them, and if you can nudge people to do the buy online and pick up in person offshore or curbside with incentives, it's a really great idea. So, right. And what we can even do is if you are in the United States specifically, we can target area code ranges to make sure we're targeting people within your city or state range kind of thing, where it is possible to go and do a curbside pickup. So they're aware of this. So doing that welcome offer to those people, curbside banner, right? Having that banner of like, hey, you're in our area for pickup, choose pickup in person on checkout, right? And then having a cart abandoner as well. One of the reasons number one reasons people abandon their cart is shipping costs. So keeping that really clear reminder in their ears of, hey, it's not going to cost you anything to ship this if you want to come and grab it from our fulfillment center. And it looks like you're within range kind of thing. Brands offering buy online, pick up in store options increased revenue by 27%. People love this option. I can sit online, I can buy my thing, and then I can go grab it in my hand as quickly as it takes me to go grab it from the center.
It really is the best comparison, I feel like, to Prime shipping, like that 2-day thing. It's that kind of fulfillment where it's like, I know that it's sitting there waiting for me, so I can just go get it when I'm ready. And that is something people love. So if you have a brick and mortar, consider this as an option. Exclusive products, again, a welcome offer that's going to tell them if you're running a deal on those products or they're only going to be available for a certain amount of time. A banner that's going to follow them around, a countdown of when those products will no longer be available. I always use candles as an example for this. Obviously, I have one burning behind me. I'm a big candle person, but candles are a really good example of this. If you have holiday themed candles that you're only selling during the holiday season, make sure people know when that ends. It creates urgency and actually increases conversions. And then also a cart abandoner, and use the FOMO feel of that, the fear of missing out. Use copy that's like, it's not going to last long. These won't be here forever. There's no promises we'll have them next year. Use that to your advantage to, again, create that urgency and increasing conversions. Also during the season, even if you're not using this kind of strategy with your incentive, use banners to announce new products during the holiday season. If you're dropping anything new, make sure you're letting all of your current customers know, or all current subscribers, and making sure that that follows them on site to link to the actual category.
Long-term offers. So this is kind of the answer to the question, what if we don't want to do something for Black Friday, Cyber Monday? This is becoming so much, we're seeing this a lot more. And this is kind of the idea of shop all month, right? Take your time. Don't take your time away from your family trying to get the deals. You know, so people are doing these long-term, month-long offers now, where it's just an overall kind of percentage discount or something like that. Really with the messaging of, you know, spending time with your family and take it easy with shopping. With this, it's really important to note that you're not going to see those big spikes on Black Friday and Cyber Monday as massively as you would with having exclusive deals on those days, but you're going to see things kind of spread out more throughout the month. Starting early, so, you know, completely it's ditching that focus on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, addressing shipping concerns and banners, and having those sales spread out really helps in a lot of ways for some people, especially teams that are small, customer service wise. And this helps kind of, instead of getting inundated one day, probably with a lot of questions and pieces like that, kind of lets it spike throughout the month. You have a busier month, but it makes things overall kind of calmer for some people. 41.7% of consumers said they would start shopping before November, and 55 or 65% before Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So people are already starting to shop, right? So even if you're not doing, you still want to do a Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and you just do an early shopping offer, right? Make it a little bit easier, make it a little bit clearer. Let consumers buy at their leisure and spend time with their family instead of being focused on shopping during the holidays. It's really what this kind of messaging is all about for those brands who are not, you know, who want to push this kind of incentive and don't want to do a Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
We've seen it work really well for like adventure brands. So spend your time off adventuring and being outdoors and exploring and traveling. We're here, the deal is here, you can shop when you're ready. Beyond Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we get this question a lot as well. Small Business Saturday, if you are a small business, consider doing something on Small Business Saturday. A lot of people are looking to shop locally this year. 34% in our survey said so. So if you're a small business, make sure that you have a banner telling people where you're located, geo-target to the state or to the zip codes and say, we are local, shop with us. Make sure that you're sending that email also to your current subscriber base. Local delivery. Again, geo-targeting is super powerful in this sense. Make it unique. Write handwritten notes. Pay attention to unboxing experiences. Offer free local delivery. These little things can make a huge difference. I always use it as an example. There's a brand that I love and I buy from all the time, and they always know what I ordered before. I get a handwritten note that tells me, thanks for buying the shirt. We hope it goes with the jacket you bought. I love that experience. So if you have the resources and you have the ability to do that, consider it. Giving Tuesday, again, we kind of talked about this earlier. People who are shopping heavily on that day are expecting to see some sort of charitable donation given, or some sort of foundation being supported, or some sort of ethical stance on something. So again, know your customers and know what they would be interested in, and possibly do something on that day. On the flip side of that, we know a lot of brands do this year round. It's not just a Giving Tuesday thing. If you do something year round, make sure you're calling that out on that day. If you're one of the companies that plants trees with every product you sell, make sure you're saying that on Giving Tuesday. We plant 5 trees for every purchase. Same thing with charitable donations. Make sure you let people know. And I do see a question in the Q&A. I just want to address it. Geo-targeting is available on all of our plans. The one thing to keep in mind is if you are not a US resident or a base store, it goes by country. In the US, we are by state and by zip code.
Holiday timelines. Things are happening really fast. Things are approaching really quickly, right? We are suggesting people starting to get those holiday-based like language and lead capture started now. People are already starting to shop, starting to wonder what the deals are. So, if you're worried about people deciding to shop later because of that, you can always do hey, sign up, get on our list, find out what our early offers, exclusive offers are for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but also here's 5% for you to shop on your order today. So there's ways to combine that messaging to make sure you're still keeping steady with your lead capture and encouraging people to shop then and there as well. Finalizing your holiday strategy, October 1st. The reason why we say we want that done so early is it gives you time to test, right? It gives you time to make sure everything's working, everything's scheduled. And then when it comes to the Black Friday, Cyber Monday holidays, you're not worried about just, everything there is already set up to go. So once you know what your holiday strategy is, what you guys are going to do, what you're going to offer for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you get your promotions created, get them set up and get them scheduled. For the Cyber Week messaging, which starts November 25th this year. I know last year it was really late. I think Cyber Monday was in December last year. But this year we have Thanksgiving pretty early, so everything starts a little bit earlier. December shopping deals, December 1st through the 12th. This is, those last minute buy before our shipping deadline kind of thing messaging. And then for post-holiday messaging, this is really important to note about returns and your return policy. You can really thrive at this time of the year by having messaging stating whatever your return policy is to kind of keep your customer support team less inundated from returns. It's just the time of the year that happens. People get gifts. People may not like their gift. People may want a different kind of gift or something like that. So preparing yourself with that messaging so it's easily accessible to whoever's there. So if you, let's say, run a banner saying, here's our return policy if you're looking for this. Make it easy, make it simple for everybody. And that's a really good time of year for that. And as well, the December shipping deal time, I know we talked about it before, that's that time for those gift card messaging kind of things. Really pushing those once it's too late to ship, or pushing shop for yourself, right? Buy yourself a gift. If you're not worried about getting it before Christmas, why don't you, buy yourself something now kind of thing.
I forgot to mention, sorry guys, for your charitable donations or supporting any foundations or anything like that. We do have a partner called Shopping Gives. Katie, if you don't mind, do you mind putting that company name in the chat for everyone? If you don't know where to start, but you're interested, this company is awesome. They have the best staff, and they can help you kind of find your footing when it comes to giving back to your community or worldwide. Awesome. Well, we'd love to hear from questions from you guys. The Q&A is open. The chat is open. We are available to answer any of your questions. And if you guys start filling that out, we'll start with some of the generic ones. Lack of resources, small team. What's the biggest thing I need to focus on for Black Friday, Cyber Monday? Run a sale with whatever incentive that may be, and make sure that it's clean and clear. Those are the big things. Regardless of you're doing ad spend or sending out emails or anything like that, people tend to find sites on the shopping day. So make sure you're doing something to capture the attention of those people. Question for Olivia. What is your favorite holiday campaign that you have ever run?
I would say my favorite campaign holidays I ever did was for specifically a liquor company that did specialty, what were they? Game of Thrones liquors that had came out. And so they did these like really fun like pop-up that made it really like, here's the different liquors, choose your house kind of thing. And so you were able to do that, and like you got that discount, and it made it fun, and it made it kind of part. And for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I'm pretty sure that was the only thing they marked down, and they did an amazing job. Like they did so well that day and I believe they sold out of 2 of the houses. So
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it was the most fun. It was also peak Game of Thrones time when it was ending, and it was very exciting.
That is really cool. I didn't know that you did that. I think my personal favorite, it's a client that's been with us for years, and he has these really beautiful templates that we use every year. It's always a testament to how changing for a theme is super powerful during the holiday season. Usually his stuff's really gritty and very industrial, and during the holidays, we put a wreath on a promotion and lights and everything sparkles. And then that's his Black Friday. And then Cyber Monday turns into like a kind of matrix feel to it. And it's so simple, but it's so successful. And like I said, he's been here for years, and we tested a lot of different options for him. And these have been the most powerful. So this has been really cool. We have a question in the Q&A, but I think Katie's answering that, asking if we partner with agencies in the Caribbean. We partner with people all over the world. So I'd be very shocked if we didn't, but Katie will give you more information there.
For fun campaigns for like holiday, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, other things that we've done, I'm trying to think of some I know we've done some good ones in the years past, even just the designs, like really cute, like animated trees and things like that. And we have really fun templates as well.
Oh yeah.
Our holiday Black Friday templates, what I've seen, especially, and we did for this year for some of our Black Friday, Cyber Monday stuff, is that like fun vintage, like vaporwave neon kind of color. And I've seen a lot of that style a lot more lately, and I can say I'm really digging it, and they tend to do really well as well. For sure.
Yeah. And by the way, if you're on Justuno, our Black Friday and Cyber Monday templates were released, I think earlier this week, last Wednesday. So they've been out for about a week now. Just go and look at them. And the great thing about our templates is you can edit them once they're in your account. So you can change the colors, you can adjust the font type, you can change all of that. So it's still a design that's been touched by a professional designer, but it's got your branding on it. So those are really great. If you have the option, I would take a look at those. Any other questions that we can answer? I'm trying to think of other questions that I hear a lot in the holiday season.
I hear usually the what if we don't want to participate kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, that's a pretty normal one. Something I always hear is I don't, there's like a holiday burnout that happens with e-commerce. Like you get through Black Friday, Cyber Monday, through Christmas, and you're like, oh my God, I can't even think about it anymore. Think about what you want to do Q1 of 2022. Something we've seen work really well is inventory sales. So if you have seasonal products or you're going to be releasing a lot of new products in Q1, before you do that, consider running an inventory sale where anything that's in your sale section is, marked down an extra 10%, or whatever you want to do. Clear out your inventory, make room in your warehouse. And I know we work with a lot of small businesses, so in your basement or in your attic or your office or wherever else you work out of, make space and take that time to really push, because remember that people are getting money for Christmas and for Hanukkah and for all the other major holidays. They're going to go spend that. So make sure you're not slowing down your marketing push up until probably like mid Q1, I'd say. And gift cards are like super popular this year is what we've realized. So when we ran our survey, I think it was a really high number, maybe like in the 40% of people are looking for a gift card. So if you don't have gift cards, think about putting that online. If you do, think about, making those easy to access on your site and easy to find so people can buy those. I think that was followed up by a top quality product is what people were looking for. So if you have both, make sure you're saying that and marketing that. All right, well, if you have any questions, like I said, our chat on our support team, if you have a Justuno account, if you don't, our sales team is super awesome. So you can always reach out with your questions there. If you're looking for help during the holiday season, we do have openings right now for our holiday package. Katie just launched a poll. If you guys could just answer. If you answer yes to this, you'll be hearing from us. If you think about it later and you're still curious, sales@justuno.com. Let us know what you're looking for. Our packages include best practices and someone who's been through the holiday season before, as well as professional design templates. Thank you so much for joining. We really appreciate everybody's time. We hope that you have the best holiday season ever. We hope that it goes smoothly, and happy holidays, and I guess happy fall, since fall, first day of fall was yesterday. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.